And welcome back to Obligatory Podcast with Kermit and
Mike.
Yeah, and I'm gonna do the promos right off the bat. If you don't know, we're on YouTube, Spotify, iTunes, Google Play. If you do that, I don't know. I don't even know anyone that does that anymore or even uses that feature. But we're on it. Whatever. And then soon to be on iHeartRadio. What? I don't even know if that means anything. I just signed up for things that people do.
You know what? You got like 6 ways to listen to us right now. If you're not listening to us, I doubt it's because you're sitting there waiting for well, I'd like to, but you're not on the proper format for me. What I'm really waiting for them is just put everything on cassette.
Yeah.
And then I can pay like $1 for the first month and then like $9.99 each additional month and get all their episodes.
Yeah.
Because I have my Walkman right here. And, I don't keep these batteries charged for nothing.
Did you have a Walkman growing up?
I did.
Did you upgrade to a CD Walkman?
I did. I've always been so far behind on everybody else. Like it takes everybody else having one for like 5 years before I'm like, I had a beeper while people had Motorola Razors.
I was on the beeper age too.
Were you?
Yeah, it was horrible.
Yeah. No, everybody else had cell phones. I was still looking for a payphone to respond to my 411 or my 911.
Yeah, everything was 911, and
it was all these codes. Yeah,
and there was no emergency.
And the thing was, like when I had a beeper, I was less likely to respond to you because if I was out doing something, I wasn't going to go find a payphone, then find change for my $1 to put quarters in to give you a call and be like, what, just wanted to see what you were up to. You know, it was like a journey. And I used to tell people all the time that, my batteries died. Like if I didn't respond to a beep, to the point that people just didn't beep me anymore because they're like, Mike never responds. Like,
was there any other codes besides that? I remember how to write boobs on beepers. That was it. Or I text people boobs and like made no sense.
Yeah, because there was no digital video or picture format to send you back. So like
no emojis.
Now you can type boobs on your phone and expect like, she didn't send me pictures of her boobs. Yeah. But like back then, what were you hoping to get? I don't know. And you never even sent it to girls. It was your guys like boobs and they write back like LOL, high five, right?
I had the beeper that slid up and then you could type in the number.
Oh.
It was weird. Like you couldn't text. It didn't have a keyboard. You just had the numbers.
Right. My first beeper was one of those plastic neon, like see-through
that's
yellow
what I
ones.
had. I had a white one.
It's badass, right? And then my next one was like a Motorola, looked more like I was a doctor or something like that. But I had a friend named Melissa, and she worked at a station. Like it looked like a little radio station, but it was when you first were able to actually put those text messages through. Like, remember that? Before cell phones and everything, there was those beepers that you could actually type messages
I didn't
through.
know that.
Yeah. Those didn't go to some computer or anywhere. Those went to a physical place where they had, like, operators that would type your messages out.
What?
So that was her job to, like, transcribe and send. So, like, I'm not sure people were aware that it wasn't, like, anonymous. There were human beings that had to relay your... Bitch, I can't wait to lick your,
No kidding.
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, that was back in, that must have been 90.
I had to be 90s.
96, something like that. 95, 96, yeah.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, now you got to think about all those messages.
I'm trying to think if I ever...
And realize there was some 80-year-old grandmother typing that all out on the other end.
And they'll just send it to my guys. Like, what the hell are you guys talking about?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Imagine drug dealers trying to be on the lowdown. Like, these people, they know what you mean. Like, yo, man, I want to pick up 4 cookies from you later on. How much are cookies nowadays? Man, it's going to be $120 per 8-ball cookie.
Fresh batch. Got double chocolate chip. Get it going.
Mm-hmm.
Let's talk about, which I can't believe it freaking happened. I can't believe anyone would have found this.
What?
Someone found your $20.
I know.
Ridiculous.
The Obligatory Treasure Hunt. The first one's a success.
Dude, I was like, that shit's going to sit there and no one's going to find it.
Yeah. No, dude, believe me. I think I just got done mowing the lawn.
Within 5 days? You found it on Sunday, right?
On Sunday, yeah. I just got done mowing the lawn, and all of a sudden this number comes through, and I'm like, I don't recognize this number. And it's got an image. I'm like, oh, great. I've seen how this plays out. And I open it up, and it's, I can say his name. He's already taken
Ronnie.
Ronnie Allegro.
Yeah.
Had listened to the podcast, solved the clues, went out, and found the hidden $20 bill. Congratulations, Ronnie.
Yeah, congrats. I didn't believe in you.
Yeah. Don't feel bad, Ronnie. Kermit didn't believe anyone. Like I told you, those clues were easy.
No, they were not. But okay.
And then the Tuggles, the people who actually made the magnets for us as gifts and everything. Adrian texted me. He's like, it was at the library. It wasn't like he had solved one of the clues. And I almost feel like the tone he had was he had solved all the clues,
he didn't go and
but
get
hadn't made his way out there.
He's like, no one's gonna find it. I'll get it when I have time.
Yeah, man.
Actually, it was in 3 days. I just realized because our episodes come out on Thursday,
Right.
So not on Tuesday. So it was only 3 days that someone found it.
I told you it was so easy, man. Like the clues were actually very easy. What was the first clue? This is somewhere Petula Clark might go. And if you're familiar with Petula Clark, great. If you're not, fucking use Google. It's right there. She had wrote and sang a hit song called Downtown. When you are lonely, you can always go downtown. Okay. The next clue was Alexandria had a great one. Orlando's sits with its back against wall. Alexandria was known for the great library that it had at one time. It housed all the writings throughout the known civilized world, and it burnt down, of course. And so, of course, it was a library. And Orlando, its main downtown library, sits with its back against Wall Street. So there you go. So we got a library. We know downtown. We know the library on Wall Street. Okay. And then I think the next clue was your treasure awaits inside my trader's heart.
Yeah.
Dude.
There's 4 clues.
You're in a library. You're in a fucking library.
Yeah.
Your treasure awaits inside my trader's heart. You can't figure that out?
No.
You're in a library. What the fuck is in a library?
Books.
Okay. Your treasure awaits inside my trader's heart.
Trader Joe's?
There's a book called fucking My Trader's Heart. It's literally a book called Your Treasure Awaits Inside My Trader's Heart.
Never invite me to trivia night.
You son of a bitch. And then the very last clue, like I beat this fucking horse to death, was my grandmother used to say, don't judge a thing by its cover, but by what lies beneath it.
No, because don't judge a book by its cover.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know that.
So once he found the book, he had enough common sense to go, oh, it's not inside the book, it's underneath the cover. And there it was. And he sent
congratulations,
a nice
Riddler clue solver.
Dude, I can't believe you thought this was tough.
It is tough.
Yeah.
Why people love riddles?
What I love
I don't
is
like that stuff.
What I love is I'm getting ready. I'm putting the next one together. Because honestly, we had I watched our statistics, and we had more listeners on that podcast than some of the episodes that have been out for 5 months.
I wonder how many were actual comedians that are just so broke, and they saw like, whoa, Mike's giving out $20 for free.
That's our target audience. I feel like that's where we're going with this. Yeah. Yeah.
So you're gonna do another one?
Oh yeah.
When you figured all those clues out, when you put the riddle together, did you actually have to Google that, or that came out top of your head? You figured that out by yourself?
Well, it's kind of like a joke. It's easier when you already know the punchline, then you can just build how you're going to get to that punchline.
Man, I would have never put that together.
Like when I knew I wanted to give one of the clues as downtown, you just start going, oh, there was a song. Who wrote that song? Like I didn't know Petula Clark wrote Downtown. You know, I just remembered. So
weird where your mind goes for that. All right.
Really?
Yeah, man.
Do you feel like I'm kind of like Slumdog Millionaire over here?
Yeah, it's just so like random.
I always wanted to go. I always wanted to go on Who Wants to Be a Millionaire and get like the correct answer. But like, you know how people would always talk? Like they're like, well, I know this happened here, and I know this happened here, so it can't be that, and it can't be that.
They try to
so
coach
it's gotta
themselves.
be that. Yeah. I always wanted to go on there and coach myself totally incorrectly, and still end up with well, I know George Washington was the 85th president of the United States, and I'm pretty sure Henry Ford created the CD player, so I'm gonna go with Bill Gates, and they're like, well, yeah, that's correct, but
dude,
everything else you said was ridiculously wrong.
That would have been good. They still do.
Do they do Who Wants to Be a Millionaire?
I think so. I don't know. I think Snoop Dogg's a host now. Or no, wait, LL Cool J.
That's Who Wants to Get High.
No.
Who wants to get high?
Who wants to get high, baby?
Well, first we need to get to $1 million.
Where am I?
Yeah.
What am I doing?
Yeah.
So that happened, which I still can't believe. And you're gonna do another one, so I guess that will be talked about next on episode 25.
You know what? Yeah, we'll talk about that in episode 25.
You didn't hide anything recently, did you?
Maybe.
You hit something already?
Maybe something's already out there. Maybe I'm going to give you a clue this week that the people next week aren't going to get.
Well, I'm not going to get, so I mean...
Yeah, maybe the listeners. But then again, maybe not. Maybe
I didn't know you went out and hit another one. All right, cool.
Yeah, no, I guess there will be... Let's just say this right now. There is more treasure to be found.
There's a bunch of 20s all around Orlando.
2,000 pennies in paper form, sir. Coins. Copper, me matey. Hey, I don't know any other podcast giving back to the listeners right now.
No, there's not one.
I mean, what you get? You get a free magnet. You get to wear a T-shirt. There's not a obligatory podcast logo on the 20. Okay, it's not like all these stations are like, oh, here you're gonna get here we
Jay-Z
appreciate you. Here's a T-shirt with our logo on it. That's not a prize. They're making you a fucking billboard. Okay, I gave you a $20 bill. You can go out there and friggin' get whatever you want. You owe us nothing. We wanted to give that to you. You're welcome for that.
You're a very nice man.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. So that's why we're postponing it, because I got to figure out where I'm going to get $20.
I was gonna say, we're gonna be broke by the time episode 30. We're gonna be if anyone wants to donate $20,
that's where our sponsorships are coming from. I'm like, look, I'm not gonna lie. Other podcast radio stations tell you your money goes into this and this. What we do is we legit take your money and hide it.
Go hide it.
And then we put clues on how to find it, and that's how you're gonna get your promotion from us. Like cool?
Let's do it. That sounds good.
Yep. So if any businesses are listening and want to get in, it doesn't always have to be a 20, man. Like, I'll tell you, I would get in the car and go out and dig up if Gringos Locos was like, hey, man, we hid somewhere a coupon for like 10 free burritos. I'm like, fucking, I will tear Orlando apart, dude. You don't understand. Because I was going to spend that money anyway. So if I can find it, perfect. I just got to say, first of all, Steve Sanchez, who does our editing and video stuff and everything else, also a great, talented artist. Number one, thank you so much for the caricature. I posted it. Steve took some time to do a caricature of me, and I posted it, and it's got a great response already. And more importantly, we got to talk to him before the show, and we were talking about the obligatory treasure hunt. And he was like, did he say, I thought it was in a dolphin?
Yeah.
Like, I thought it was out in the ocean in a dolphin. I'm like, I've never had someone hit me with such a phrase that made me think so many things at once. Like, no, first. Second of all, how would you even fucking do that? Third of all, I'm like, yes, I expect you to swim out to the... But I don't know. And then part of me thought, how could I do that? Because what a great hiding space.
Shoved it in a dolphin's
What you do is you put it in a plastic water bottle and you throw that in the ocean because dolphins are going to eat that. Then some Greenpeace person's going to find it. Like, yeah, we found the 20.
$20 bill, thanks.
You killed a dolphin, but we're going to use this 20 to help people stop killing dolphins.
Oh, you know what? I wanted to ask you, did anyone like prank call you or anything?
No, was I supposed to get some prank
calls?
Well,
you posted the photo because you put your number on a card saying, congratulations.
Yeah.
And then you posted the photo and your phone number was like clear as day.
Yeah. I was so excited that someone found it. All the cards said, and I asked this for all the people who find, the future treasures, take a picture of yourself with the money. Ronnie had taken a picture of himself, but he also took a picture with the note I left where to text the picture to. And I was so excited that someone found it. I wanted to share it with people. And it was up for like 2 seconds before I realized my mistake. And rather than take it right down, I just went into my little photo app to, make another one. And before I could make it back to repost a new one, like 2 people had already said, nice job, dipshit.
Yeah, I'm sending you dick pics now.
But here's the thing.
If
you know me, my number's probably already on the Connect thing on Facebook. Plus, I do shows every weekend and hand out my business card. So
okay.
But I guess
there's so many comments like talking about they're going to prank you. I was like, oh.
Yeah, all by people who already have my number.
Okay.
But more importantly, I get it, though. Like, there's a difference between handing out your business card and having a photo just start getting circulated with a real number on it, so.
Yeah, I'll send you a dick pic later.
Yeah. But, the funniest thing, I met Steven Sanchez through you, and I started checking out his Instagram feed and sketch art of Sanchez, and he just does amazing amazing artwork, like drawings, and it's great. I didn't know how famous he was, like, in circles, because when I posted that caricature, like 2 or 3 people said, "Oh my God, you got Sanchez to do a character." And number one, I didn't ask for it, which, you know,
That's why you got a character.
he's just a cool dude. He's always helping us out and everything else, and I really like him. I didn't know where he sat in the respect level he gets from so many people. I think I asked you a couple of weeks ago or a month ago, I was going to do a show. I'm like, "Hey, man, do you think it'd be cool, you know, if I asked Sanchez if he would do a poster?" And you're like, "Don't." And I'm like, "What?" He's like, "Dude, he doesn't do that." I'm like, "What do you mean he doesn't do it?" "He doesn't take commissions. He hates it when people ask." I'm like, "Holy shit, so how does he make money?" And you're like, "He draws something, and then if they want it, they can buy it."
Exactly.
And they have no input on what it is.
If he draws a Hulk riding a little tricycle,
Yep.
that's what's going up, and it sells.
And I fucking love that, man. So when I saw the caricature, I was even a little bit more out, because I know he doesn't do that by request. And it became apparent because like 1 or 2 people who hit me up are like, "Yeah, no, he doesn't do." And then I guess
You have people begging him,
which
throwing money at him.
I guess a couple of
triple
people
digit, double digit
when
money.
we were talking to him, I guess a couple of people had seen the caricature and figured he was just doing caricatures for
Nope.
comics now. So
Even-
they started hitting him up. He's like, "No."
They don't read his bio. On his bio on Instagram, it says no
Doesn't do-
commissions. Wow. I mean, bold lettering, no commissions. Like, you can't, not gonna get it. You're not gonna. I know Sanchez.
How
Oh
great
my
is that
gosh.
to be like so talented at what you do that you don't have to waver on anything?
That'd be great if it was like that for comedy.
Well, that's kind of what we were talking about. Like, I've done corporate things where they ask at the last minute, they go, "Hey, will you write a couple of jokes about farm equipment?" Like, why did you book me for this? You know, I don't do farm equipment jokes, especially when you gave me like 5 minutes notice before the show, and then you're going to look at me weird when it doesn't work. I wish I could be like Sanchez and be like, "Look, I don't know what's going to come out of me today. You paid for the artist. And that's what you're getting, the artist." And then I go out to their farm equipment John Deere thing and do like 25 minutes on like inbreeding and fucking your sister, which I guess is still...
I was gonna say, is that still farmer? Is that's
That actually would relate directly to the people who own John Deere
that's
equipment.
farmersonly.com. Isn't that?
Farmers, you're not lonely anymore. Yeah. I wonder if that Farmers Only, it's like, you know, like all the stuff like on Bumble and Tinder, you always see the like... Girls always talk about the guys that are always like holding up a fish in the picture or something like.
Okay.
Think at Farmers Only, it's just a dude showing off his cows behind him. Like, "This is what I bring to the table. Meat. It's what's for dinner."
I got a good old batch of corn with your name on it, Missy. Come on down.
That's always how it was in all those old movies. Like whether it's a medieval thing, well, he comes from a good family. They have 32 acres and blah blah blah. Or you know, "Oh yeah, his father owns the Johnson farm over there. They got 13 good dairy cows. Yeah, I'll trade my daughter for that." You know.
And then there's always that drunk, but his mother was a whore from the broth.
Yeah, I remember there was a show called Living with the Mech, where 2 British, like
that one.
2 British, I guess not scientists but travel guys, went and found this off the grid tribe of people called the Mech, who, you know, never saw airplanes, still did everything very indigenous people. You know? Indignant.
I was gonna let you ride with it. I was like,
I don't know. Hey, if you're listening to us hoping you're going to get educated, you're listening to the wrong podcast.
one.
If anything, feel free to fact check everything we say, type it up, print it out, and shove it up your ass, because we are quite happy with our delusions. Like, I believed that Mr. Rogers was a Marine sniper for like 20 years because someone told... You never heard this rumor?
No.
Okay, let's get back to Living with the Mech.
Yeah.
Don't let me sidetrack on Mr. Rogers.
Mr.
all right?
Rogers Sniper, got it.
So these Living with the Mech thing, 2 tribes, and then there's a wedding, and one tribe that's giving away the daughter had to offer a dowry to the groom's family.
What's a dowry?
A dowry. Back in old times, it was you were doing the family a favor if you were marrying the daughter and you were wealthy.
Right.
So they presented you with gifts as thank you. So it might be a gift of land or whatever, the finest things they have. Okay. So with this, since most of the things that they possess that is worth anything is animals, the wife's the bride-to-be family gave like three big pigs to the groom's to be's family. And I remember my kid's mom was just watching it. She's like, "I can't believe I can't believe they would accept 3 pigs for the daughter. And I'm like, your parents didn't give me shit. I'm like, anything would have been appreciated. Yeah.
I've had a thought and it just freaking slipped my mind. But like with the whole, what the hell? Oh Jesus, it's gone. My whole thought.
We were talking about getting married and giving gifts.
Yeah.
And, like everything.
Like
else.
they should. Like, isn't that still happening now though?
It's like a traditional thing.
Yeah,
right?
but that happens now.
Like how so?
I mean, you just have to butter up the parents and you take them out for dinner and you buy them stuff and you take them to Disney and crap like that.
Is that how you do it with your girl?
Of course.
Did you meet the parents, butter them up, take them to Disney?
Not Disney.
Yeah.
Took them to Golden Corral.
Didn't they come stay with you guys here? Didn't they? Or was that your family that came here?
No, that's her family.
Okay. And didn't you sleep in like separate rooms when they were here?
I slept on the couch.
Yeah. So they slept in your room?
Yeah.
Is that how it worked?
Yeah.
Was that to just be polite or to give the illusion that you don't do anything with their daughter?
Give the illusion I'm not banging their daughter sideways.
Well, sideways is the only way you could bang her because she's like 2 feet taller than you. So
Hey.
back to back ain't gonna work. Oh, God.
This got weird.
Well, I know what I'm giving your future father-in-law when you guys get married.
What's that?
A recording of this podcast. Here's your son-in-law.
Yeah, great.
Sanchez, we gonna edit this? Hell no.
I'm gonna edit. I'm not gonna send it to Sanchez.
Yeah. So yeah, I guess it is traditional though, like the gifts of the wedding and the court. I mean, yeah. And speaking of which, we got screwed on our wedding gift to Ken. Huh? Ken's still pissed because he hasn't even. We'll talk about that off air.
I don't mind talking about it now.
Oh, you want to talk about it?
F that guy, man.
Ken pulled me aside one night.
Yeah.
And he was like, "Man, we got to talk about the." And I thought I was in trouble.
Nope.
And I haven't heard anything since. But basically, for those of you who don't know, our good friend, the godfather of Orlando comedy, Ken Miller, got married a while back. And one of his wedding gifts, Kermit had gone out and got someone to do videography. And then it turned out it was going to be more expensive than originally quoted, or hidden fees.
Yeah, he hit us with a 1-2 at the wedding.
So I was like, okay, well, I'll cover that end of it, and we'll be good to go. And then I hear I haven't seen it.
It was supposed to be, I believe it was $400.
Mm-hmm.
And then he hit me with, well, if you want me to edit it, it's another $100. And I was like, whoa, wait, I thought the 400 covers the videotaping.
Yeah, why I just want rough footage.
Right.
Yeah.
Why would I want to do it? And he's like, well, I guess I'll do it for like, what did he say, like $450 or something like that.
But it won't be good standards or good quality. Like he had said, it won't be my best work.
He said some BS. And I kind of went, I was like, look, your name's on this. So why are you going to give me crappy work?
I remember while you're having this conversation, they start cutting the cake. I'm like, shouldn't you be over there recording that?
Yeah, so fast forward. I guess something happened where Ken needs all the footage of the wedding.
Because he wants to do a better copy.
Right. Well, he gave Ken the copy of the wedding, what he edited, which was pure garbage.
Yeah.
It was a horrible editing, horrible shots. The music, he put in, if you guys are familiar with a rapper named T.I., because Ken and them came out to that song just for fun. But he left all the curse words in it. So I know what he's like, hey motherfuckers, how you doing? It's like F-bomb, 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 F-bomb. And I'm like, Jesus Christ, that's on the wedding video? So that came out. So the video's awful, but there's a lot of footage that was missing. So Ken's like, I need all the footage. And he kept contacting this guy, and the guy's like, yeah, I'll do it. Yeah, I get it. Oh, yeah, I get it. And then I don't know if he even got it yet, but this is weeks ago. And he's like, yeah, I'll get you the footage, but I'm going to charge you $10 more. I was like, bro, if I see you, I haven't seen him ever since. If I see, cause he's a comedian. All right. He's trying to be one. But if we see him, man, I want to slap him around a little bit. I gotta lie.
Yeah. Well, now Sanchez, we need to edit this because now it's premeditated.
No, I'm gonna slap him around.
Oh man. So yeah, Ken, man, I'm sorry, man. We thought we were doing the right thing, and it got,
He's not mad at us. I mean, he's
but I mean, the whole reason you went out and hired with someone is because Ken had asked you to do it, and then you're like, man, all I got right now is my phone camera, and from the sounds of it, I've seen what you can do on the phone. It probably would have been better.
The editing would have been better. I would have got better shots, I think.
Yeah.
That's a sad part. But I just, in my head, I go, I don't have the lighting.
Yeah.
I don't have.
Guess what? Neither did he.
Yeah, he didn't have anything. I just, he's horrible.
Oh, well, man. It's
garbage.
Still, it was a beautiful wedding.
Yeah.
Yeah. But, Mr. Rogers, do you have like have we talked about this before?
No, this is all new to me.
Really? Just some of those rumors or lies, like before the internet when you could just go fact check stuff.
You just say shit.
Yeah, you could just. Someone had told me that Mr. Rogers, Fred Rogers, before he got into children's television, he was a Marine sniper, and he had 39 confirmed kills. And it was those kills that made him start questioning himself and finding, I don't want to be this angry person. I want to spread love, not hate. And that's when he got into children's broadcasting and stuff like that. And that's why he always wore the long sweaters or long sleeve shirts, because he was hiding all his Marine tattoos.
Is this true?
I believed it.
Okay.
I believed it, dude. And I went and regurgitated that to everybody. Like anytime people I'm like, well, Mr. Rogers killed like 39 people, right? Like you can go online now and find this as a plausible, this story's been out there forever. And I had told it so many times that when people started telling me that's not true at all, I'm like, yeah, it is. And then I finally said, well, maybe I should investigate this now that we have the technology. And it's
all lies.
All lies.
Damn.
Not a bit of that.
Some things you shouldn't look up.
He actually went to Rollins College out here.
I don't know anything about
studied broadcasting and stuff like that. And one of those just low key nice guys. Never
nothing cool about it.
Cool. Come on, man. He's Mr. Rogers.
No, but he
fucking
didn't kill
cool as hell.
anybody.
He single-handedly kept cardigan
He didn't do
sales
like
up for
cocaine
years.
or anything like that, like the Blue's Clues guy.
I don't know, man. He never. Blue Clue guy never did cocaine.
Yeah, he did, man. Didn't he kill himself too?
No, he's still alive, man.
That's another rumor I didn't know about.
You know why he left the show?
Why?
He was going bald.
Oh, really?
That's why he was losing his hair.
No kidding.
He talks about it in the story. That one, I actually read the whole thing. He's like, yeah, dude. I was like, I think he was like 28 or 29.
Someone
he
told
was
me he
just
did
losing
cocaine
his hair.
and
And he's like,
suicide.
I didn't.
I believe
That's like
it.
the guy from, was it Mikey from Life Cereal, ate the Pop Rocks and drank the Coke and died?
Oh, that's true.
No, it's not.
And if you eat Mentos and drink Coca-Cola, your stomach
not.
explodes.
No.
Yes, it is.
No, Mythbusters already took care of this, dude.
No.
It doesn't build up enough pressure.
No.
It doesn't. Dude, next week, you know what we're doing?
What?
Besides the obligatory treasure hunt?
I'm not freaking drinking soda.
We are drinking
I'll die.
soda and Mentos.
No.
We're bringing them in. We're doing
Your
it.
colon explodes. From
No,
the
it
inside.
doesn't.
Yes,
It's
it does.
fucking ridiculous.
And if you do Pop Rocks, your eyes explode.
No,
inside.
they don't.
I'm telling you, man. These are all facts.
These are not facts.
They're facts.
Dude, look, our listeners rely upon us to give them the most accurate information. I feel like right now you're just leading them down the wrong. You're scaring them.
You can scare. These are facts.
They are facts.
All right.
If only we had a small personal computer we could put things into.
I'm not
We
looking
come
this
back
up
with
because I don't want to know the answer.
it. And find out that all your life you've been scared for
No,
nothing.
but have you ever typed in like something on Google and then the images come up? It's horrible.
Like blue waffles?
Yeah. Like that didn't. I thought it was just actual
Dude, I
blueberry
thought that
waffle.
stuff would be right up your alley, Mr. Pimple Popper jerking off shit.
Anything that's mangled vagines ruins me. I'm like, oh, I can't. Yeah, yeah, I can't do that.
Oh, well.
Oh well.
No.
I like it.
Oh, well.
I'll look it up all day.
No, you just disappoint me because you go from this, I'm into this gross stuff to, not that.
I'm not saying I wouldn't watch it. I'm just not into it.
Oh, well. So, yeah, next week we'll do some Mentos and Coke and see where we go from there.
Well, I guess we better videotape that crap before I die, and then I have records of how you killed me, bastard.
What else you got there on your little cardy card?
I did something stupid this past weekend.
What'd you do?
I went downtown on a Saturday.
Why, dude? Did you have a gig?
I did Drunken Monkey open mic.
Okay, and that's over on what, Bumby or Mills?
On Bumby.
Okay.
And then, is it Bumby?
Yeah, it's Bumby. You're right.
One of the two.
Yeah, it's Bumby.
Bumby.
Yeah.
So I did Drunken Monkey. Jake Rika was hosting it.
Fun open mic.
Yeah. And it is actually, it was a fun night. After the show, I had nowhere to go. So I was like, I want to sit here and watch the whole show.
Yeah, why would you?
And then
Support other comics.
support other
Fuck
comedians,
that.
and then videotape them bombing.
What'd they ever do for you? Get the fuck out of there.
So that's you.
What do you mean, dude? I stayed all night last night.
Yeah,
Did my
because
set,
you
stayed
saw
all
that
night.
I went up and I bombed. I did a nuke.
The only thing that made me feel good about watching you bomb was knowing that I had killed.
Yeah, you killed. I give you that one. I even have it on tape. You son of a bitch.
Do you really?
Just a snippet. There's nothing, nothing major.
It was all new stuff too, but let's talk about you bombing with your polished material.
No, I did not bomb with my polished material.
You had him. You had him by the end of the set. Your last joke brought him all.
I had a.
You did.
I was like, screw this. Back to the old stuff.
Yeah. And what was really great about watching your stuff last night was you started out with some jokes that they hated so much that by the time you got to a joke that was kind of like decent that I laughed, they'd already decided.
Oh, they checked
They
out.
were just done because you did that. You've been working on that one thing about the Me Too movement, and before you get all up in arms, it's nothing like, you know, oh, screw Me Tooers and blah blah blah. You know, we're not like Trump over here. Okay, we appreciate that as a real actual movement. But your joke you've been working on about now you're kind of worried about everything you've done in life.
Yeah.
And, you know, I've heard you get good laughs with it, but they had already checked out on you.
They did not like me. They didn't like me. Man, what was the stupid joke that they didn't like? They didn't like me making fun of people falling off ladders. They're like,
Yeah,
that's mean.
they were done with you before you got to that one.
I was like, what the hell just happened?
Because I remember when you went into that one, I started laughing just as you, because I think your recovery from the joke that didn't work before was like, all right, nothing, huh? Okay. So I like watching people fall off, and like I laughed so hard because in your head you thought that was the joke that was gonna pull you up.
I was like, let me get out of this hole. Nope, stay
They're
in
like,
it.
we already don't like him, and now he laughs at people falling off ladders.
Man, they did not like none of the memes. And then I did a Trump joke too, like a brief one they didn't like.
Yeah.
And that wasn't even a really good joke. That was just
Yeah.
like a statement. They're like, nope.
It's a sense of, like, I did some political stuff last night,
Did you?
I don't do political stuff.
I don't remember you doing it.
It was all cleverly disguised as jokes. So
No, you killed last night. I'll give you that one. That room was on fire. With
yeah, they were fun. It will never happen again. So
No, not at all.
You know, the last time I went up at the other bar was when I won the March Madness thing like a year and a half ago.
Really?
Other bar used to be my place I love to get up, and now for some reason it's one of the most intimidating open mics I go to. That's why usually I show up and just watch.
I noticed if you start in the beginning of the night and if you go to the very end of the night,
Yeah.
like you had a prime spot where like the house was full, and then something happened. Like you went up, and then another comedian, and then everyone like dispersed.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh shit, here we go.
Yeah.
And then I think Marcus brought him back a little bit, and then John went up, and I was, and then another, and then I was like, hey guys, I was like, oh my gosh.
Yeah, I was sitting outside with Ken Miller and actually heard something that sounded like gunshots inside. You were there, and you went running
They
inside.
stepped on the mic.
Oh, okay. Something happened. And Ken pointed out the funniest part, the security guy didn't even move. So it's like one of those things where there's gunshots coming from inside the club, and he's just like, I think Ken said, it's just comics. They'll be fine.
Yeah, I'm the idiot that ran into the damn to try to fix the mic. It sound like gunshots.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, I went out Saturday night.
With some of the newer comics, huh?
Yeah,
Some
when
of
I
the
was-
younger guys
It was
wanted to
me.
show them how you get down.
You know, I never liked clubs. I never liked clubs. One, I'm
Right.
too short.
Yeah.
Everyone like I feel like every
What
tall
is it
person.
like? I haven't been to a club in a while. Did they add like height requirements? What's
swear to
going
God,
on? Like a
I-
bouncer stand there, like you must be
I was the
this tall to
shortest one
enter?
there. I felt like everyone was tall. Even a midget walked by me and looked down at me. It was just weird. Like everyone was tall. It was just so crowded. It was super hot. And these guys, like, I don't get the mentality of clubbing now because like I like going to a place where you can like sit down and chill and talk.
Right.
These guys are trying to hit up every single bar and get a drink before 2 a.m.
They're like bar hopping.
Bar hopping.
But it's more like, what do you call that when you go just for a drink, like a bar run or a
I
pub crawl, maybe?
It did feel like a pub crawl.
Like it's more like you're on a
Like
mission.
on a check mark. Yeah, mission. Like, yo, I know this bartender. Yo, I know this bartender. I know this bartender here. I'm like, oh God.
I've never been like, aside from like the late 90s, early 2000s when I was going through my little club ecstasy phase, type thing.
Ecstasy.
Yeah. I never really like, to me, going out and hang out with friends drinking. It's always like, even when I head back home or do any shows down south, I always stop in my home pub called Harper's in Port St. Lucie, and it's an Irish pub, but it's got a couple of pool tables, a couple of dart machines, but basically it's just, you can go, yeah, it's got music playing, but you can have a conversation, you can have drinks and everything else. And Port St. Lucie, when I was growing up, was a bit smaller of a town, much smaller even now. Still, it's smaller than Orlando, but it's one of those things where you just waited there because you knew people you knew were going to swing by eventually, hang out, everything else. I've never really liked the whole waiting online, paying cover charges. Like, I don't care how happening your club is, and then you pay $10 at some of these places. You get in, it's like shoulder to shoulder.
Well, we didn't pay for anything. That was an upside about that.
You didn't pay for drinks or anything?
But we paid for drinks.
Yeah,
and like they were just trying to get me drunk. I knew they were trying to get me, and I guess. Like, anytime anyone bumped into me, they'll look at me like, yo, because they thought I was going to fight somebody. I was like, I'm not fighting.
Because you're the most dangerous guy we know.
I'm like, I got this. Jake's a Hodor. He's a giant.
Yeah, but he's good. How's he put it? Big for no reason?
He's a big for no reason. He's a giant. And Joe is entertaining. I give him that one.
Yeah.
He got drunk. He got super entertaining.
Yeah.
He would go deep into the club and then realize it's a shit show. And then you can't move.
Right.
And you can't, you try to walk out nice and not bump into people like, oh, excuse me. He's like, watch, I'm going to get everybody out of here right now. I was like, how? He would put water or something and pretend he's about to vomit. Like, oh, I got to throw up. And it was like Moses parting the sea. Dude, like everyone got out of the way and we were out the door within like 10 seconds.
It's a good move.
It's a really good move.
It's a good move.
I had fun though, man. It was cool. Just, man, I just realized I'm never going to do that again. I'm done.
You're old now, man. You're like, dude, 35, 36. 35. You can't do it anymore.
It was bad.
You're at that point where you're out and about. You're like, man, I'd rather be home sitting on my couch watching Netflix.
Dude, like I was looking, and all the girls are all like fucking half naked, and I'm like, you bring your father's name, shame. I was like, where's your father? Like,
you're old when you like order a glass of Jameson. They're like $14. $14. I can buy a whole bottle for 28.
Dude, that was me. I was like, can I get a crown? They're like, it's 10. I was like, for what?
Yeah.
Like, what?
I didn't mean a crown with like jewels in it. I meant the thing I'm gonna drink and probably puke up in like 5 minutes.
No, I had 2 drinks and I was like, I'm done. Can I go home?
You felt like they were holding you hostage as a little mascot?
I didn't feel like that. I didn't want to be that guy. It's like, all right, guys,
I'm done.
12 o'clock. Bye-bye. I hang tight.
Oh, well.
But it was good. It was cool.
We'll have to take them out one night and do what old guys do. We'll find like a bar and sit there and get pictures and drink in one place for like the whole night. And they'll be like, yeah, I guess this could work too.
You know what it is? I think as comedians, though, we are on a different breed. Like, we like to be in a setting where we can talk trash. And cause that's what we like to do. We like to... Like, I think we're the only people that can like make fun of somebody in their face, and we don't get offended. We're just like, that's funny.
Yeah, like if another comic's not making fun of you, then I gotta assume he doesn't like you.
Yeah, if you're not making fun of each other at the table, I don't want to hang with you guys.
Yeah.
I'm like,
I don't know how many people have come up to me like, dude, there's this younger comic, and he told me that he doesn't think you like him because you see him at open mics and you never say hello, you never do anything. And I'm like, yeah, then I probably don't, And then there's other people where it's like, dude, they think you don't like him because you're always picking on him. I'm like, I love that kid. That's why, But I also came up like my dad. We're not big huggers and everything else.
I'm not either.
But that's the way my family shows affection. Like I can go home for Thanksgiving and it'll be like my dad's like, so how's it going? You still gay? And stuff like that. That's just how you go into. My dad for years used to thought it was the funniest thing to tell people. He's like, yeah, this is my son Mike. For Christmas this year, we're going to tell him who his real parents are. He's been saying that since I was like 8, And I think I hit 13 when I was like, please give me their names because it can't be fucking you. They got to be good looking and rich and live somewhere,
Surprise.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm the same way though. Like my dad's getting to that age too. My dad's weird, man. Like, he's like very hardcore military still, but then like he'll be like, "Come here," and he'll give me a hug, and it just feels so wrong. It's like, what are you doing?
What's going on? Is mom dead?
Yeah, like,
what's going on?
What are you? Don't.
This is the same guy who forgot to give you a Christmas card, and you found it while you're cleaning this year.
Yep, this is the same guy that maced me when I was 8 to get me ready.
Get you ready for the world. There's a lot of white cops out there.
Yeah,
in the face. In the face.
Yeah.
Yeah, I gotta tell you, I heard so many stories about your dad before I brought my kids into your dojo.
Really?
Like from you and everything else. Yeah, I heard so many stories. And I'd never seen a picture. And he did not, in real life, look like what I pictured he was going to look like. So it kind of threw me off a little bit. And it's still much respect. And it's obvious that, everybody loves your dad and everything, or fears him, which is a thin line. But I could totally see your dad working in any pawn shop.
Oh, with all the rings.
Yeah, like I walked in, I was like, hello, welcome to All American Karate Dojo and Pawn Shop. We're located right next to Pools and Tools. Oh man, you don't need a pool cleaned, or you need to rent a hammer. By the way, how much you want for that necklace? I give you a good price.
Go talk to my man over here. He teaches karate.
You do the accent better. I'll give you that. I can't do accent.
I gotta watch more Jamaican movies, and then it starts to click in me.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Click, click, click,
Click, plop, plop, plop. And then
yeah,
Pools and Tools. Yeah, dude, my dad's like all about that skull ring biker look. Man, he's all about it. So, but no,
but he's got the kids before we even walked into the dojo were like, it's Bumblebee.
Oh yeah, my dad. So my dad owns a Camaro, and it's actually the Transformer edition. So if you go inside the car, the logos are sewed into the seats.
Oh, okay.
Of the Autobots.
Yeah.
Ask my dad any question about Transformers, and $1,000 he cannot answer them.
Oh.
He has no idea what an Autobot is. He has no idea what a Decepticon is.
Why did he want this car?
I don't know. And to this day, me and my sister make fun of him because we'll give him trivia. Like,
yeah, you would think that went to like a super fan, that kind of car.
I'd be like, hey, who's Optimus Prime? He's like, some bullshit. I'm like, what? I'm like, what do you mean? How do you not know who Optimus Prime is?
That's
He's
such
like,
a dad answer, too. Like, doesn't even try. If he doesn't know, he just goes, it's bullshit. I made it this far in life without knowing.
They only made they only made 50 cars. He has one of the 50 cars.
Wow, that's got to be worth a penny, huh?
Doesn't know a damn thing about it.
Dude, he could be one of the guys showing up at MegaCon letting people take pictures.
No, because he slapped a bunch of Puerto Rican logos and stickers all over it.
Bumblebee made in Mexico.
Made in Puerto Rico.
Puerto Rico.
Yeah. So there's a bunch of Puerto Rican flags all over the damn thing, and it smells like a bodega inside.
Oh, did you see that viral video? I've been meaning to ask you about that, about the old white guy going off on the Puerto Rican woman in the public park. Did you see that?
So many. This is a recent one, right?
This is a recent one.
I don't remember it,
The
though.
guy ended up getting arrested. He was like 64 years old. But the thing that made the news was there happened to be a cop in the park in uniform, and the woman, all she was doing was she had rented out one of those, what is it, like the pagodas that you can rent at a park that has the benches for like kids' birthday parties and stuff. She had rented one of those out. She was there. She was wearing a shirt that said Puerto Rico with the Puerto Rican flag on it. And she was starting to set up for the kid's birthday party. And this 64-year-old white dude comes over. He's like, you need to get rid of that shirt. You're in America. Blah, 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 blah. You're America. We don't speak. You need to speak English. We don't speak that language here. You're in America. You're not back in Puerto Rico. And like, there's a cop in the background, and it's all being videotaped, and she walks over. She's like, sir, this man's harassing me, sir. And you just see the cop totally ignoring her, walking around. Other cops finally showed up and arrested this guy for being drunk and disorderly. Let's go over all the ways this is wrong. Number one, Puerto Rico is part of us.
Yeah, I was going to say, what are you talking about, dipshit?
Yeah, Puerto Rico, yeah, which is funny because...
Americans don't claim it, but it is part of us.
Yeah, like it's been a commonwealth of America since like 1878, something like that. Like, I'm sorry if I don't know it specifically, but I feel better than our president, who didn't even know he was the president of Puerto Rico.
Yeah, he was like,
he's like, we had good meetings with the president of Puerto Rico. Is that your way of saying you talk to yourself today?
You idiot.
Oh, let's not even get into that. Like, what was it? Like, 4 or 5 years ago, there was a picture of Barack Obama, and everybody jumped on his case because he bowed to some royalty in some other country, like following their traditions or something like that. Shit. And I'm like, but Trump was just over in Russia and like pulled down his pants and bent over for Putin, and nobody's saying shit. They're like, he's just trying to be diplomatic. His own FBI, CIA, but it was like, no, we're like 100. We passed down indictments. They did shit. And he's like, well, not that I don't trust your research, but he told me he didn't. So what do you want me to do here, guys?
I mean, he's got to be the best villain ever, though.
Fucking puppet, man.
I mean, dude, like he's so hated. They have parades on his hate. Did you see that in the UK?
Yeah.
Like over 200,000. The big
Yeah.
baby balloon.
Yeah.
Dude, I was like, man, I want to be hated.
The only upside is there's people from other countries going, look, USA, we know he doesn't speak for all of you.
That's what I'm glad of.
Oh my God,
man, because they would have killed us by now. Bombed the shit out of us.
God damn it, man.
Yeah, they know he's an idiot. But now we got The Rock running. You hear about that one?
I'll vote for The Rock. I'll vote for The Rock and Oprah on the same ticket. Done deal.
I don't know what to vote for anymore.
Really? I think it goes down to Trump has opened the doors where you need absolutely no political expertise.
Just be a good person.
So if we're going to go by then, then yeah, from now on, I'm just voting for good people, And before Trump, it was always like, look, the position's just a figurehead. There's so many checks and balances. Even if someone who insane got into the office, they couldn't really have any real power to do anything. They'd have to obey their parties and everything else. Like his own party told him what to say when he went over to Russia, and
and he still didn't do it.
Went with none of that because how you because we don't want to release that fucking P tape they have of him.
That P tape and all the BS that he's and
how much property he has over there and everything.
Yeah, man. He was like, oh yeah, the votes or the election.
If you still are dumb enough to think Trump gives the shit about any of you as the American people,
none.
God, he can do anything, and there's people who voted for him and are never going to backtrack that they were correct in voting for him. So he can do literally anything.
That's like thinking Magic Johnson doesn't have AIDS still. It's like ridiculous.
I posted something the other day. It was about the shit going on at the border. And it was like, when I take my kids to Chuck E. Cheese, they stamp my kid's hand with a number. Then they stamp my hand with a number. If we get separated, employees can find us and match us back together.
Oh, my gosh.
And I'm like, I think Chuck E. Cheese should be down at the border helping reunite children right now.
A bit last night.
And someone actually came at me, and they're a Trump supporter, and said, well, a lot of times Chuck E. Cheese just stamps the same number. And I'm like, number one, you're wrong. Number two, that's what you took from this statement. Rather than go, yeah, you're right. The government fucked up with the way that you're gonna leave the government alone and go after Chuck E. Cheese for their mistakes every now and then. That's how they are, dude. That's how Trump supporters are. It's like he can do no wrong because they would have to admit that they were fucking taken.
But if you're a Trump supporter and you listen to our podcast, we like you.
I don't. Stop listening. No, what? No, I'd rather you listen that way. Maybe you get like really ragey while you're hearing.
No, you can't be a Trump supporter and listen to this podcast because I mean, come on, that means you gotta have some common sense.
Yeah, and even if this is being like taped and recorded by someone else for the Secret Service, I think you gotta remember the guy we're talking about was the same one who just went against everything you guys said when he went over to Russia. So come on, we know whose side you're kind of on.
Yeah, no shit.
He just said you guys can't do your fucking job right. So maybe you hop on our train.
And that has been a political moment with Kermit and Mike.
This is why we don't do politics, because we're not smart enough.
You're fired up, though. You get fired up.
I just can't see how...
The beadiness of your eyes soak in.
I just can't see how you can call yourself a human being and be cool with stripping people's children away, put them into detention camps, put their parents in detention camps, and then not have a method for getting them back together as soon as possible. And people are like, well, they should think about that before they come to this country. Really? How the fuck did you get to this country? Like, what did your family do? Oh, really? You go back to the Pilgrims. Well, they were the first ones trying to escape persecution, motherfucker. And then some of these people did the proper things. They were at asylum centers trying to do it properly and still got caught up in the whole, nope, we're taking your kids away. There's people suing right now because they were doing the proper process, and still people just go, nope, you're brown, we're taking your children. Fuck that, man.
And then they got them all in cages now, like kennels.
Yeah. I don't like going to Walmart at 2 a.m, and now you got kids living there, This is bullshit, man. And there was a senator who went down to check on conditions and had the police called on him. They wouldn't let him go in. There's something shady when elected officials can't visit these sites. And that was only after he had tried to go through all the channels to make a proper visit. He just said, fuck it, I'm going to get on a plane, go down there, see what's going on with these kids. And he had the police called on him. He wasn't allowed to go check on their welfare.
Man.
Fuck that, man.
What's the actor that plays Borat's real name?
Sasha Cohen.
Sasha Cohen.
Or, it's not. We're going to say his name wrong like 15 more times.
All right. Well, the guy that plays Borat.
Yeah.
He came with another special. Have you seen it?
No.
It's going on Showtime where he went full makeup and he went in as an Israel head security and he's interviewing all these political, like Sarah Palin and Dick Cheney.
And that's what you get for not knowing your pop culture people, because if he walked in here right now, I'd be like, you're Borat, you know?
Well, I mean, I got to show you the makeup. It's
they did a good job.
Yeah, it's really good. So he's asking him questions like, what should we do about the gun problem in schools? Should we arm teachers? And I say, no, we arm the children. And they're like, yeah, we should. Like, yeah, at what age? 5 is fine. Like 5-year-old arming a child with a firearm at 5 years old. Yeah, that's gonna.
Christ.
And like they did like a commercial about it. And it's.
I'll tell you right now, my youngest is going on 5 right now, and you know him. He's a beast, dude. I would never give him a firearm at 5 years old. Gun. No, hey. Yo, Allie, it's time for bed. What'd you say? I said stay up late as you want.
I can't even hold the gun up.
I've had enough of your shit, Dad. Just give me the Netflix password and we're good.
And cock the gun back for me.
Hey, buddy, just one more episode of Johnny Test, and then we're going to eat dinner. What'd you say, mother?
F you, Dad.
All right, good.
All right, good.
You wanted to get him the Beretta for his 4th birthday. I said no. You said yes.
I'll eat this whole pack of fruit.
Blah, blah, blah. Palin Trump. It's their right as Americans to be armed. Second Amendment. Yeah, you all have the right to guns, but none of you have the right not to be grabbed in the pussy.
Speaking of...
That's my right.
We're going to transition this really hard. Mm-hmm. What the hell's up with your kid?
Which one?
The oldest one.
What about him?
Your kid has
awesome.
Yeah, he is awesome. Yeah. But he is like into like shit like every other week, I noticed, man. And you slave over it.
That's a kid, man.
Dude,
that's what kids do.
I gotta give you dad of the week or dad of the year or whatever.
Why?
Because I would never do that.
Why?
My dad would never do that.
Yeah, you would, man.
Dude, your kid was into, since I've known you, Captain America, Spider-Man.
Yep.
Star-Lord? No, not Star-Lord.
Oliver's and the other one just got into Star-Lord. Yeah.
He got into Iron Man, of course.
Mm-hmm. Ninjago for a while.
Ninjago.
Yeah.
Then he went
Voltron, Pokemon.
Yeah. No, Pokemon.
Yep.
And there's some others. And now
he likes what he likes.
And now Doctor Strange.
Yeah.
And you make the costumes.
I help him. Yeah.
Okay.
No, what he usually does is he goes into his own closet and finds stuff that kind of looks like it. And then I help him with some of the little props.
Your kid is that kid like in movies where like, kids don't do that. Unless your kid does it. Yeah. Like he makes up this imagination. It's cool. Yeah, I'm just shocked. I deal with kids all day.
Yeah.
None of them have that imagination.
Really?
No.
Dude, I love him. I adore him. His little brother's the same way. They'll dress up like as their favorite superheroes. They both wear their shirts backwards a lot because I should just buy them solid colored t-shirts, but I go out and buy them shirts that have Spider-Man or Captain America, but then they'll want to be Nightcrawler, so they'll take their blue Captain America shirt, turn it around so it just
that's what I'm saying. Like,
and then I'm walking around all day and people think I don't know how to dress my kids. And I'm like, no, I know their shirts are on backwards. They're Nightcrawler today.
Your kid wants to be like the character that nobody knows about.
One of my favorite pictures is me. I think Aiden must have been like 2 or 3 years old, and he's on my shoulders and he's wearing his pajamas and he's got a cape that my parents had bought for him. And I just remember some parent saying something. We were walking through like the mall, and I remember some parent going, I can't believe his let his kid out like that. But then like his kid's like, that's so cool. And I'm like, yeah, one of us is right. Yeah.
Your kid just takes all the stuff in your house and just your shit just missing everywhere.
Yeah. Well, last night I made a eye of is it Amagato?
The one from Doctor Strange. I don't.
Yeah.
Eye of something.
Eye of Amagato.
The one that Thanos.
He decided he wanted to be Doctor Strange a few days ago. We went to Michael's Crafts. We picked up.
That's just such an odd character to want to be.
He likes these characters that like he loves Nightcrawler from the X-Men, and when you know that's the one character that like they really don't put out much for.
I'm waiting for your son to be that Wong character from. I want to be Wong. Who? You know, the Asian,
and that's who we'll be. You know, he's into all that stuff, man.
You gotta have rubbery skin though.
I think it's so cool, and then he loves it because I think back before you and I were even hanging out, like I would post a picture of him. dressed up as Spider-Man or something. And then before you and I even really knew each other, you would send me in like a private message. You had gone in, put him in a different background. Like, remember when he was, I think he was 4 or 5 when he wanted to be a Ninja Turtle, and you actually sent me a picture. You had put him in the sewers.
In the sewers, yeah. I used to do that. I was trying to get stage time.
Yeah, it worked. And look, you got stage time, not from me, but the improv's putting you everywhere now, right, Jersey? And then you got a podcast, so you're stuck with that now.
Yeah,
so and in fact, today, as soon as he was dressed up, he came out. He was wearing his Spider-Man pajamas backwards. He had his Superman cape turned upside down, and he was wearing the eye that I made.
It's creative.
Yeah, and I took a picture of him, and the first thing I thought, I'm sending this to Kermit, because I know you're going to put in like the little wizard.
The wizard.
Yeah.
Flying around.
He's going to be badass.
Yeah, I'll get on that later.
The only thing I feel bad about is I try to get him interested in like sports, because I'm like, look, don't get me wrong. You're a badass kid, but I want to make sure that I want to make sure I'm giving him every opportunity to
just teach him the basics.
I don't know the basics.
Catch.
I didn't give a shit.
Just teach him how to catch.
Yeah.
Teach him how to dribble a ball.
I don't know how to do that.
Teach him how to swing a bat.
I don't know. The only thing I could do, I could throw a spiral with a football naturally since I was like 6 years old.
So teach him that.
I don't know if I can do it anymore. My dad was pissed when I didn't play football because he's like, you got an arm. You should be. I'm like, yeah. I'm going to be a ninja. Yeah.
How'd that work out?
That was my life.
And now look at us.
I'm sitting here with one. So I'm one step away. How's it working for you? All that training, your dad buys you a gun.
I got a pew pew.
Yeah, what's that say about all your ninja sminja? Karate can't stop a bullet.
Exactly. 'Cause I'm a karate man, and karate man take no shit.
Karate man. Oh, man. So I think I didn't want to make the announcement. Are we over?
Yeah, but what's the announcement? Oh, yeah.
Should we?
I think so.
Because I think the thing that has worked with this show is once we announce it, what was that with those boards, those vision boards?
Vision boards, yeah.
Like the secret, you put it out there. Like the Obligatory Treasure Hunt. It was just a thing. But you know what? We started a cycle. We say it on the show, and it happens.
But I told you this when you first brought this to my attention, that you can actually play guitar decent, more than I can.
That's not saying much.
More than most people can.
Nah. Yeah.
And you have 7 songs, original songs.
At least, yeah.
That are funny.
You think so?
Yes. They're entertaining and funny. I mean, it goes back to the whole Adam Sandler days. But
that's when they were...
And Tenacious D and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So I think you should do an album of 7 of your songs, and we put it out. We'll get it on Spotify, and we'll see what happens.
You think so?
Yes.
Let me tell you, I've always wanted to be a singer-songwriter, but I can't sing or write songs. So I felt like I was held back.
Well, you can't sing, but that's the beauty part.
Yeah.
That's what makes it good.
When I started doing stand-up comedy, it was actually, I did a lot of guitar comedy. And the reason for that was when I was in high school and college, I kind of tried to play in a couple of bands. I wasn't really good at all. I was just happy they were letting me play with them. But they would always let me sing my stupid songs, some Adam Sandler songs, actually, at the end of the night to clear out the rest of the people in the bar. They were like, okay, Mike's going to do a set now. And people sold their tabs quickly. And, so when bands didn't work out for me, when I moved into doing stand-up, of course, I brought a lot of that over. So for a while, I was just playing my stupid songs. And then I got more confident in my actual jokes and didn't have to play the guitar. So I just kind of threw that aside. But yeah, I think it was like a month ago we were hanging out here afterwards, and you got a guitar here, and it's just fun to strum.
Yep.
And I started strumming some, and you're like, who wrote that? I'm like, that was me. And you were like, what? You wrote that? Hang on, you wrote that? We're going to put that. And the funny thing is those songs all reflect, like, I'm 41 years old now. I got kids and everything else. But those songs were written at a time when I was just that stupid college kid drinking everything else.
Still good.
Yeah. That's the thing. They have stood up through the... No, they're stupid. They're stupid as hell.
That's the whole
They're
point.
stupid as hell. But yeah, I'm not going to lie. I've just never had any of the technical idea of how to go about doing something like that.
Like I said, now that you're giving me the green light, would you actually willing to do it? Because you were against it.
Yeah, I was. But you know what? Now I'm just all about You got to put stuff out there, man.
Gotta put
you
it out
gotta
there.
throw as much shit against the wall as you can
see
until
what
you're
sticks.
like, hey, yeah. And then if something sticks, you make some money and you go buy a house not covered with shit all over the walls. You know, that's the goal. Leave that shit house.
Leave the shit house.
So I think we're going to announce it tonight. And then you know what really sold it?
What's that?
When we were talking about it, and Sanchez is like, I liked it.
See?
And when Sanchez, who doesn't do commissions, is like, I'll do the cover art. Done. Sold.
So all I had to take was Sanchez's approval.
Yeah, basically.
All right.
Because I never got my father's approval. I never got my mother's approval. I never had the love of a decent person. But, you know, if you and Sanchez think there's potential here, let's fucking do it.
Let's do it.
And even if that potential is to create something so abhorrently horrible that people laugh and go, my God, that's horrible.
Yes.
I'll take that
If
nowadays.
a chubby little Korean can do it, you can do it.
What I want is my 15 minutes of fame that I can live off of for the rest of my life.
That's all that matters.
Yep. I want to be the William Hung of guitar
William?
comedy. William Hung. She
William?
bang. She bang.
Oh yeah, William Hung. What's that other fat little Korean?
What?
Gundam style guy.
Oppa Gangnam Style.
Psych.
Don't.
Yeah, see?
Hey.
that song sucks.
How many times do you have to play that?
I refuse to. 'Cause
Nowadays.
I'm American.
Yeah, because that guy actually had some anti-American music.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, fat chink. Oh, all right.
Wow. Wow. What do you say to that, Black Llama? So we covered a lot today. We probably gave you a whole bunch of misinformation. And we've also announced the next obligatory treasure. Next week, I will have clues for the obligatory treasure hunt.
You lied. You said it was on today, but it didn't. It's all right.
No, I said next week I'll have clues.
Oh, okay. My bad.
Yeah.
Thought you said there was going to be clues today.
Well, I already gave a clue.
That's going to be on next week.
There you go. But we announced this has been a big news dropping episode.
Yeah.
Announcing the obligatory podcast, announcing the release of the obligatory guitar comedy album.
Sandra's going to kill us.
Yeah. How far over are we?
An hour and 30.
Holy shit, dude. What the fuck? At any point, we should have said stop.
Yeah. I don't know what happened.
You want to cut off all this?
No, we're good. We're going to post it up. Sanchez, I'll pay him.
This has been the longest episode.
This is ridiculous.
We haven't done one this long since when we were first starting out.
And we're only trying to figure out the equipment. That's what took so long.
Yeah. So,
All right. I guess we have a gift to gab.
guess we're going to wrap up. Did we say anything interesting? Let me see.
No, What you got a topic? You got to read off the topics?
What was baby talk? We didn't even do baby talk.
No, we didn't do
We
baby
didn't do your
talk.
first topic.
Nope.
Save that for next week.
I said that 2 weeks ago.
Air
Yeah.
flight travel. We didn't do that.
Nope.
We didn't do like any of this.
No.
That's okay. Save for next week when we're like, hey, you got any topics? No, I don't have anything.
Yeah.
All right. So there you go. As always, listen to us, find us, write us, do something, man. You guys are so passive for an audience. We gotta sit here and talk, and I never know if it hits it. You know, I think that's part of what I liked about the obligatory treasure hunt. The fact that when someone sent me a picture holding the 20, I'm like, holy shit. Someone actually
Someone's
listened.
listening?
Someone
Yeah.
listened.
Yeah, I'm always shocked with people like, hey, I like your podcast. I'm like, what? Really?
Yeah, I never get those people.
I got 3 recently.
Really?
Yeah.
Like people you don't know?
No, I know, but
Yeah.
still nice to hear.
Yeah, or maybe they just see on Facebook you have a podcast and they bullshit you. They're like, hey, I like your podcast.
They could, well, I don't know, man. The people that tell me, they seem pretty like they tell me that like I like that last episode. I was like,
Oh,
all
okay,
right, cool. That's nice to hear.
Well, if you're listening out there, thanks. We appreciate your support. And yeah, you're welcome for this bonus 30 minutes of the obligatory podcast with Kermit and Mike. And tune in next week because we are going to do the next obligatory treasure hunt. And maybe we'll release the names of some of the tracks of the future album.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, I gotta get on that.
All right.
So, well, with that said, I'll see you guys later. I'm Kermit, and
I'm Mike. Have fun, Sanchez.
later.